Hello and welcome everyone who has joined us from around the world today. Welcome to India Youth Challenge PolyFest. This is our third successful challenge where we have had participation from over 1,000 students from different parts of the country. Welcome students, teachers, parents, dignitaries, and all the viewers to the show and for joining us today. My name is Shraddha Narayanan and I lead the Ink Studios vertical at Ink. India Youth Challenge is a joint collaboration between Ink and PolyUp. It is an education platform where kids can learn analytics, robotics, artificial intelligence, and design thinking using math as their base. During this 7-week challenge, kids not only have fun while learning, but they also try their hands at problem solving by using AI, to which they always find very creative solutions. PolyFest is a celebration of the hard work put in by each and every child who has participated. And we are going to meet some children today. We at Ink think education is for all, and every child in India should get access to quality education. And we are very, very grateful for the generous support provided by Enphase that has enabled Ink provide full scholarships to over 700 students from Parikrama, Lotus Petal, and I Teach Foundation. Please accept my gracious thanks, Enphase. Let's see what some of the key leaders behind this collaboration have to say. They have dropped in their messages from wherever they are across the world for our viewers and students. If we could have the slides, please. Lakshmi Praturi is a business leader and founder and CEO of Ink. Amir is the CEO and co-founder of PolyUp. Mr. Sunil is the Vice President and Managing Director at Enphase Energy. Thank you so much, Lakshmi, Amir, and Sunil for dropping in your messages. It really means a lot. Under your leadership, we are able to take India Youth Challenge forward. Now we come to a very interesting part of our session today. There are some children who define the term compassion. And when I met these 3 girls, I was awestruck. These young girls, Anya, Tisha, Pari, are really young. And at a very, very young age, they have understood their responsibility and what it means to do their bit. Not all kids are fortunate to get equal privilege, but they have realized that by enabling these kids, by doing your bit in any small or big way, can bring in so much happiness. We have so much to learn from what these girls have done. Recently, Ink team members Archana Vahalia, Director of Outreach Ink, and Cheryl Coelho, Program Manager, India Youth Challenge, had an opportunity to converse with these 3 girls. Anya from the 7th grade, Tisha from the 5th grade, Pari from the 6th grade. They had volunteered to fundraise in their own community in United States when they heard about India Youth Challenge and Ink fundraiser to enable kids back in India have access to tablets. They have done very innovative fundraising, which has actually helped us raise some funds to provide tablets. Let's hear a little bit of their conversation now.
Here, and I'm the program manager for the Cheryl here, and I'm the program manager for the event. You have, taken the initiative to help the students for. So it's the India Youth Challenge, and I'm working with Archana and the whole team at Ink to make this difference to every student that we can, and trying to reach out to many students in the coming years, who are underprivileged, who are in need of this time. As you mentioned, Anya, that the last year has been difficult with being virtual, so we are just trying to do our bit to make this virtual experience a little fun-loving experience for every student who is almost of your age. So it's really happy to meet you all, and it feels a pride to be associated with kids like you who are of the same age, trying to help the kids of the same age. And I guess we as adults also get to learn a lot from you.
Okay. Okay, well, hi, my name's Anya. I'm in 7th grade. I like to play with my sister, be in nature, sing, read, and help people. Now, I help people in like many different ways, such as by mentoring younger Girl Scout troops, helping my friends with homework questions and other items, volunteering and organizing several events at my school. I also conduct a book club for 4 to 6-year-olds and plan fundraisers through Kids Empower Kids and a lot more, as you know.
Oh, that's amazing. Nice meeting you, Anya.
Nice meeting you too.
Tisha, can you go next?
Okay. My name is Tisha. I'm 10 years old. I'm in 5th grade, and I live in California with my parents and my younger sister. I like doing art and reading.
Pari?
Hi, my name is Perry. I'm 11 years old and I'm in the 6th grade. 6th grade this year is different because we actually get to go in, and I really enjoy that part since we were not able to do that for like a whole year. And it's different because we have to wear our masks and maintain 6 feet social distancing. But I'm still thankful I get to go to school because I like to go to school. It's so fun and interesting now, and we actually get to learn in like person, and we can raise our hands and ask teachers the questions and like all in person, so it's fun for me. Something I like to do is I like to do art, and I really like to sing. I like helping others. I also like to read a lot. Like whenever it's my spare time, I love reading. And I also like running. I'm on a cross-country team, make a difference in their life in whatever way I can too.
That's so nice.
Met Archana auntie. She told us all about IOIC, and we were inspired to see how all this process works and the organization works. And I like to see, and she showed us like the whole website, and it was so fun to see of how they can like do these like programming and like these activities. It was really cool and like new. So I really
Actually saw like these really cool coding things and how IYC was helping these children. And so before that, we actually started a summer camp for a few children about my sister's age, which is like 5 years old, every day. And one of the children, my cousin, his grandmother said that her children could not like afford having these, and we are so lucky that we could actually do this. So we thought that we would start Kids Empower Kids to raise money. And then we met Archana auntie, and we got to know about the Inc. Global Foundation, how they're raising funds to support underprivileged children to continue their online education and to help them get a tablet with a year-long data plan and things like that to help them to support them in their online learning.
Oh, that's really nice.
All I want to say is that to those children, we are raising money for you. We are here for you. We want to make a positive difference in your life. And to the IYC people, I just want to say good luck. And in my opinion, everyone is a winner. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Yes, Pari, please go ahead.
My message would be never stop dreaming or learning. Try your best at everything you do in your life, and at the end, you'll always be proud of your achievements.
Thank you. What about Tisha? What do you want to share with the IYC students?
I think they should keep working hard, and if they work hard enough, they might be able to achieve their dreams and help other people just as we've helped them.
So much. Yes, it's very important that we pass on a message that they also do the best as they have received and in whatever they can. All I would like to say from the IYC team, myself, and all the Inc. family, thank you so much to all three of you. Keep doing the best work that you're doing. We just pray for you every day, and I'm sure you're receiving a lot of blessings from people who you have helped and reached out to. And may there be many more fundraisers that you put in efforts and channel your positive energy towards the projects that you are getting into, and all the best. And we are really happy to be associated with you.
Girls are an amazing ambassador for next generation, and I'm so proud.
Isn't this amazing? I mean, just having these kids, they just heard about IYC from Archana, who's our Inc. teammate, and then they decided to get together. They had a couple of very innovative fundraiser, which I think they couldn't speak about in our conversation, but it was a lemonade fundraiser. They had a do-it-yourself Zoom session where they sent out kits to all their people and asked them over the Zoom to do it yourself craft program. They have managed to raise $200, the three kids themselves, and this is going to enable us provide 2 tablets to the school Parikrama Foundation to 2 kids, Manoj and Tasmiya, from the Jayanagar Center of Parikrama Foundation. They both have been nominated from the Parikrama Foundation for being really hardworking and bright students. We wish we could give it to all, but at least the hard work of these 3 girls, Anya, Tisha, and Pari, is coming to light and giving these 2 tablets to their counterparts in India. These tablets will greatly help these students attend all their online programs, as they're currently using very basic phones for the same. It's been a very interesting session. Now let's move on to the next segment. They say when you teach your kids, you're teaching your community. We believe the same. I'm sure with kids, their community are also learning along with their journey. Now let's give you all a glimpse of what the 7-week challenge was all about. And to give that, we are going to simulate a live classroom for you in the next 15 minutes. We have some amazing kids here with us. So everyone who's watching, let me know if you want to feel the magic and learn live on what happens in India Youth Challenge. First, let me call upon our very own Shreya Didi, who's how she's known by the kids from I Teach Pune. Along, Shreya, if you could just come on and say hi. Hi, Shreya. Hi. And the kids joining her today are alumni from our very first challenge, Jagan. He's from Jubilee Public School, and he is already part of the PolyUp Innovation Hub and is a CEO of his own company there. Krishna, he's a grade 10 student. He's a part of the IYC challenge this time. He's a genius, hardworking, consistent, and a smart person. And as you can see, he's a very charming smile. Amit, he's a grade 10 student. And what he says is he's the most creative kid of the class, and he loves to play video games, and he also earns from them. Amazing. He's also a techno-savvy person. Amit, we need to hear more about that from you. Our last student joining us today is Sharan. He's a grade 8 student. He never gives up, and he always has a solution to a problem. And he's very helpful to his peers. We are going to witness all their personality along with Shreya. Shreya, over to you to take us through a live session, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, thank you. So again, hi everybody, hi students. So I'm a grade 10 teacher from Pune, and these are my few of them are my students. So today we are going to look at what has been the experience of these kids throughout the challenge. So I really want to start with what routine you people have been following throughout the challenge. What routine you had, how much time you gave to PolyUp on your day-to-day basis. So Amit, I would really like to hear that from you.
I give means Monday to Friday I give 1 to 2 hours, and on weekend I give 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, that's so good to know that you are managing the time as per your weekdays and weekends. Okay, Krishna, what about you?
So my timing was from means I didn't give my times of studies, but I gave the time which I have free, means the leisure time which I used to play. So I gave that time to play PolyUp, and sometimes it also happened that I wasn't able to give a daily 1 hour to PolyUp. So I did that in the Sunday time. So I gave extra time on Sundays.
Wow, that's so good to know that you, instead of playing anything else, you were giving your time for polyp, you are giving your time for math and creativity and all of those things. So good to know that, Krishna. Krishna, as you were giving so much time, would you like to tell us what strengths you have seen coming alive in you after using polyp? You have been there for 2 challenges. You have done multiple activities on PolyUp. So what strengths you have seen coming alive within you, be it math, be it be any other skill that you have seen coming alive?
Means before PolyUp I have seen that, means there I always thought that there are only 1 or 2 solutions for any one equation, but after when I came to PolyUp, so when I saw there, so there were many different solutions for different equations, and there were not 1 or 2 or 3, but there were many solutions for only one equation. So from that I also applied it on my studies in maths. So when also teacher taught us, so I always found new ways, means like I found means new techniques. How can I get the right answer, like how teacher has given us, but from different ways. So I got 2 3 ways which teacher corrected me, and some of them were right also.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on this, Krishna. When he say teacher, he means me. I'm his grade 10 math teacher. So I really agree on this that he always comes up with a different solution. I'm teaching a thing and he's like, yeah, Didi, can I solve this in this way? Is it the right way? And the ways are, many times the ways are correct. And I really love that how you are coming uh, to any problem, you're bringing different solutions and you're not stopping there. So good to know that, Krishna. Sharon, would you also like to share how you have been, how PolyUp has become your strength, or how you have used PolyUp?
Didi, I only play for Monday to Friday. I only play 2 hours in a day, and at the weekend I only play games. And Monday to Friday, I make machines, like new machines on new topics, like houses, puzzle machines. And from this PolyUp, I have make my progress in maths. In the indices chapter, it was easy to study indices chapter and cube root chapter.
Yeah, I have also heard that from your teacher, Sharan, that you have been helping her out in indices. You have been helping her out to teach other students in your class because you already knew what is a cube, what is a cube root, वो कैसे होता है, क्या होता है, and you were teaching that to the students. I was so happy to know that. That's so good to know, Sharan, about you. Jagan, I would like to know from you what challenges you have faced while using the PolyUp, or how were you able to manage the time, or any other challenges that you faced while using the PolyUp?
Yeah, one of the biggest problem I faced was that once when I was building a huge machine for the carbon removal project, it got deleted because of a server issue. I was very sad because all my progress was lost. But actually in the long run, it helped me because I learned from my mistakes and I made the machine again, but even better.
Wow, like that's so so hard to listen that, and I can really feel how you might have felt at that point when you delete when the machine got deleted. Like it takes a lot of hard work for you to do that machine. It's just small things, very minute things you have to do. You have to work on it. But even after that, you made the machine again with the positive attitude, and now you are saying that I made it more nice. So that's a good thought, Jagan, I think. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your thoughts, for sharing how your experience has been with the PolyUp. Now I will like to invite Shraddha to join us and see how this kids will help you to make the machine. They make many machines. I think you need to learn from them. One machine they will teach you.
Great. Great. I think after they show us the machine, we can have a quick interaction also. So like your teacher has said, like Shreya has said, I don't know how to make machines on PolyUp. So will you four just teach me and everybody who's watching, who doesn't know what India Youth Challenge is and what are the machines you're talking about? Can you help us?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I think they are more excited to help us. Yeah, Jagan, why don't you take the lead? And why don't you make the machine and show me?
Yeah, I'll make it. So here is the PolyUp platform where we are going to be making our machine. So let's give this machine a name. What shall we call it?
Jagan, we can call it PolyFest parking, which we have decided to make.
Okay, let's do that.
So are you making a machine called PolyFest Parking?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's going to be a parking machine. It's going to be kind of like a game.
Okay.
So I'll just correct the name here. Now let's start by building this machine. I'm not going to use this cube, so I'll just delete it here by dragging. Now I'm going to make a simple road here. So this is the road block. I just dragged it here. Let me place these blocks. And now here I will add a crossroad. So here will be the parking. I'll continue the road, add another one, and a road. Now I'm going to make the parking using these pieces.
Okay.
And now I'm going to add some small decorations to it.
So are these all present in the library? You're picking up all these things from?
Yeah, it's present in these libraries. This one was from the city library and this one was from the terrain library.
All right.
So now I will place this here. And I will place one more here.
Jagan, push them in on the road. It looks like it's on the upside.
Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to make it smaller and I'm going to make it fit on the road using these arrows here.
Sharan, Krishna and Amit, I think you all spoke yesterday and you decided to make a parking lot. Why?
Yes, Devi. We have spoke yesterday on the meeting.
Yeah, we decided to make a parking lot because it will be fun to make a game out of it.
All right. Okay.
So
now you all like driving and games, is it? All of you play games a lot. That is why.
Yeah.
Okay. Please contribute. You tell us your thoughts as Jagan is making.
Jagan, you can add plants.
Also add the grass. Grass means
Yes.
how we have made the road. So between that, make a grass from where we can go to our home.
Okay, I will do that. I'll first start the road. Then I'll add a building.
In the middle of the road, on the road, add the stones like that and color it green.
Okay, I'll add grass to this road. So I'll use the same block, but now I'll color it.
Make a green color.
Have you made a machine, Amit, for your IYC challenge?
What did you?
What machine did you make for the IYC challenge? When Jagan is, by the time Jagan is free.
Didi, solar system means hungry cat and
Very nice.
means I don't remember that names, but I had made 5 to 4 machines.
Add one more tree on that side also.
Okay, I'll add one more. And now I've added some greenery to this parking area. Now I'll add a car to this. This
Okay.
is the car piece. I'll turn it and make it a bit bigger.
Okay.
Now I'm going to make it into a game. So it's actually very easy to make a game. We'll just be using these chips. It's called the arrow chips. So
What is an arrow chip, Krishna?
The arrow chips are basically a game controller. Like we have the buttons to play the game. So these are like the buttons which will be instructed and due to which we can play the car.
Okay. How come the arrow chips are everywhere on the car? You have to put it everywhere in all sides.
Yes,
no,
because we need 2 for turn and 2 to go forward and backward.
let me actually show you here. So these are the arrow chips. As Krishna told, they are like a controller.
Okay.
We
And
want
so
to add some symbols to control it. Like
Yeah.
there is
Instruction. We have to add some instruction.
yes, so
Like
the reason I kept all these chips here is because it will be easy. So the up arrow chip, that is this chip, this
Mhm.
one here, is the one different. So I kept it like the up arrow here, the down arrow here, the right one here, and the left one here. So it will
Now
be
I
easy.
see. Okay. All right. Great.
Now I'll be using these blocks. So this is the move forward block, and I will keep it as 0.1. So these arrow chips, it will repeat several times, 60 times per second. So what here it will do, it will do it 60 times per second, or it will move 6 blocks per second. So you can see here, it's moving like this. If I keep a larger value, it will move faster, but this speed is okay for now.
Why don't you show our viewers? So you're saying that it moves 60 blocks. Just show if you change the numbers, how it will move and why this is ideal.
Yes, let me show you. So most people just keep 1 here, but let me show you. It's going to move 60 blocks per second, and it will move out of the plane as soon as we do this. So you can see it goes too fast. So I just decreased it to 0.1.
Very nice.
So I'll do the same here. This is the down arrow. I want it to move back for down arrow, and I'll keep 0.1. And the right arrow, it should turn right. This is the turn right block. And I'll keep 1 here. Here it is in terms of degrees. So 1 degree means it will move 60 degrees per second.
Yes.
And that value, you can see here, it rotates slow enough.
Okay.
If we add 0.1, it will move very slowly and it will be so boring for us.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you say, Sharon? What will be boring?
If we add 0.1, it will take more time to turn it.
Okay. Nice.
Now I am making it smaller to fit on the road.
Okay.
And now I'll check it. Yes. So
Yes,
now,
it is.
and the final thing is the goal chip. So this is kind of like the achievement you have to unlock. It's very simple. What it does is, it should get the distance between the poly object, that is this character, and the car object. Let me show you where. So it will first get the distance, and if it is less than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 2, I'll keep it. So 2 is the distance. Let me just show you here. I mean here. So what it does is it's getting the distance, and the distance is 5.977, the distance between the car and Poly. So then it will just check if it is less than or equal to 2. So the thing is, if the car comes near Poly, then you will unlock the achievement, and that's the game. So let me just show you here.
Okay.
I'm going to move the car here. I'll turn the car. And you can see the flag got lit, which means we have parked it.
Very
You
nice.
have parked it correctly and the mission is completed now.
Very nice. Very
And
nice.
if we need to move outwards, so there is 2 roads. So we can again do the round to go forward.
Understood. So you're going towards the second one and coming back. You can also go from the first, right, Krishna? That's what you're saying. Depending on how you change the calculations on the Poly.
Jagan, can you show us if we want to just change the goal chip, like if we are changing the object, if you're keeping it on the building, what changes do you need to make?
Yes, so if I keep it on the building, I have to change the get distance. So if it depends on which case we want. Suppose if we want to see when the car reaches the building, then we can keep it here as the building here, and I will change Poly to building. Or if we want to keep it simpler, we can keep it as this. So it will just get the object. So if it is near this tree, it will take this. So now if I go near the tree, it will light up. Now if I place it here on the building, then if I go near the building like this, if I go here, it lights up. So this
Jagan,
is
can you add camera?
So we have a request, Jagan. Can you place a camera and show the gaming angle? It's from one of our audience.
Yeah. This is okay. I'll add this camera. So I'm going to connect this camera to this car here. I can click on these anchors here to connect it. Oh, I'm clicking on the chips here. Yeah. Now I will.
Now it's like we are gaming and a game, playing and a game.
First person
now
view.
it is like 3D and it is happening
Like a first person.
means in the
Very
front
nice.
of our eyes.
Wow, very nice.
Thank you so much, Jagan, Amit, Sharan, and Krishna, for showing us such an amazing demonstration and for making something as simple as parking a car in the parking lot so interesting and gamified. Thank you guys so much. Shreya, this brings me to a question. You've taught with India Youth Challenge. I think this is your third challenge with us, right? Or the second challenge with us?
It's the second challenge.
Second challenge. When kids say that they are really improving in maths, I think Sharan said that. How have you seen? I know this is just a sample set. Tell me your experience as a teacher, what you have observed changes in all the students.
Yeah, so not all my students are into this yet. I want them to be here. But whoever is there, like Amit and Krishna are my students. They are doing their basics so nicely, and hence that's where I can use them in my classes to teach other students or help out other students. And also, like Krishna was saying, that he brings different solutions to the class, and it really makes my class interesting. I don't have to plan anything separately, but Krishna only makes it interesting. Or even Amit ask me different questions with different angles. We know that he's too creative, so वो भी काफी questions पूछता है. So that automatically makes my class very interesting, and kids are like very curious to know these things. Yesterday only when we were learning about the quadratic equations formula, and Krishna was like, "Didi, mujhe aise nahi solve karna hai. I want to solve it this way. Is it right or is it wrong?"
So
And
he wants to use PolyUp for even solving the normal quadratic equations.
yeah.
Wow, that's so nice. It's so nice to hear that. So is it making your life easier in a math class maybe because of the kids who are, yeah? Yeah. Are they able to help you with other children who are right now not part of PolyUp, but maybe they will be a part soon?
Yes.
Great. Kids, so does this make maths fun? Do you feel like learning maths because you're on India Youth Challenge? Yes?
Yes.
Really? Great.
Now it's like math is fun for us.
Math is fun for you? Lovely, Sharon. What about for you, Amit?
Didi, math is fun and interesting subject.
Really? Cool.
Yes,
Very
Didi.
nice. Krishna, what
Math
about you? You are
is
helping your teacher also.
Math
Very
is
nice.
like easy, but then also there is lots of brain to use in.
Jagan, any thoughts from you?
Yeah, so after coming to PolyUp, it feels like math is a game now.
That's so nice. So nicely said. Thank you so much, Shreya, for leading such an amazing class and for teaching me how to, make machines on the PolyUp platform. Jagan, Amit, Krishna, Sharan, बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से मिलके. Thank you so much. It's lovely to see your smiles. Hope to see you again in the next challenge. Thank you, guys. All right. After a very, very interesting and engaging session, let's go to the next segment. We have a very, very special guest with us today. Her name is Summiya. Summiya, may I please invite you? Hello.
Hello.
Summiya Yasmeen is the co-founder and managing editor at Education World, the human development magazine. Education World is one of the best portals in India, providing education news, institute deals with ranking and reviews, educational products, services, resources, and education jobs. Thank you so much, Summiya, for joining us today. And I'll just have you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've thought of the session so far.
Thanks, Shraddha. It's a privilege to be among such bright and talented students. Like you said, that Education World is India's #1 and in fact pioneer education news publication. And our mission statement matches with what Inc. Talks you spoke about earlier. Our mission statement is to make education the #1 item on the national agenda.
That's lovely.
And we believe that the only way for India to achieve developed status is when each and every child in India receives access and opportunity to high quality education. So therefore, I'm very, very happy and pleasantly surprised to see the excellent work and the projects which I've been listening with rapt interest, the excellent project and works which have been put forward by the students, especially by using their creativity and their STEM skills. And also I must congratulate Inc. Talks for the scholarships that you have given underprivileged students to be able to utilize this platform and to introduce them to robotics and artificial intelligence, which are supposed to be the technologies of the future. And as we know, especially the past 2 years have been very difficult on children, especially the underprivileged children of India, as schools have been shut for over 16 months because of the pandemic. Many children in India haven't had any access to learning, virtual learning. And I think this activity of yours where you've offered scholarships to almost 700 students to participate in an event such as this, where they get not only exposure, mentoring, but also the chance to innovate and create something which is beneficial to society. I think it's a great and wonderful idea. Many congratulations to you all, and of course to all your participants and students who participated in this youth challenge.
Thank you, Summiya, so much. I think we are very, very grateful to Enphase, Even when we were piloting the program, they have been so generous. They've provided us a grant to support 3,000 students through our challenges. So that's where we are at. And this is our second challenge. We have one more coming up in October. And we are hoping to ensure, of course, Parikrama, Lotus Petal, and I Teach. We saw a lot of I Teach students today. So they are there completely, and many students are already a part of India Youth Challenge. And we have some amazing teachers like Shreya, who give it their extra time to ensure that the kids are getting through this platform. Sumi, I like to understand a little more about education world, and if you could tell us a little bit and how it relates and what is your forte, what do you bring to the table? That would be really nice for our audience to hear from you.
Great. So to give you a brief introduction about Education World, Education was co-founded by Dilip Thakur and me in November 1999 with, like I spoke earlier, the mission statement to build the pressure of public opinion to make education the #1 item on the national agenda. And the entire objective was, how do we bring focus, national focus on the importance of education? Because without education, nothing is possible. I mean, the Prime Minister talks about building a 5 trillion economy, but unless the foundation of high quality education, especially primary and secondary education, is provided to our children, nothing's going to happen. And at the turn of the millennium, when it was launched in 1999, there was this very scary statistic released by the United Nations saying that, India was home to the largest number of illiterates in the world. Which really, shook us up.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing? I mean, how can we even go into the next millennium, into the 21st century with such a large population which is not educated? And when you're not educated, you can't be productive. You can't contribute to the building of the economy. You can't contribute to social development. You cannot contribute to anything.
Correct.
And in fact, through our writing and focusing on issues, I believe that in the past 2 decades, we've been able to shift the goalposts, and we've been able to shift the national public debate towards the importance of high quality education. And by high quality education, we just don't mean, the few private schools which are there. How do we upgrade our 1.2 million government schools? That's also been a very strong focus area of Education World. And I think slowly but surely, not as fast as we would like, but slowly but surely, government and private attention is moving to the importance of providing our children high quality preschool to higher education preschool. I mean, when we started Education World, nobody knew what early childhood education was. That a child's brain develops, 80% of a child's brain develops in the first 8 years of her life. So if you don't have high quality, professionally administered early childhood education, you've lost the child. He won't be able to derive the full benefit of primary, secondary, or higher education if you miss those foundational early years. So now if you see the national education policy, what we've been talking about for 20 years in Education World in NEP 2020, they talk about, they've given foundational education by changing the system of 10+2 to 5+5+3. They've done that by giving a primacy to foundational learning and to the skills of numeracy and literacy in the foundational years.
Great. Thank you so much, Summiya, for pointing out certain really startling facts, and really commend Education World on what they are doing to support the cause of education. I have a few questions for you. Maybe we can have a quick interaction.
Sure.
What do you say? How can the use of technology help students with lower emotional and educational anxiety during a pandemic? We know we are in part of a pandemic, and the statistics you pointed out may have just probably become worse because a lot of kids were not able to go to school. So how can technology help students lower educational anxiety, especially during times like this?
Shraddha, I think, technology, particularly in the last 2 years, I mean, March 2020 is when all education institutions countrywide were shut down.
Yeah.
So I think since that, technology has come in as a savior, really. Otherwise, learning would have stopped completely if it wasn't for technology. technology, whether it's been simply through WhatsApp or through, audio calls. There've been lots of, organizations and NGOs where, they've taught children through audio calls, because children have had no access to internet. So they've had literally audio calls where they've delivered lessons. All this would not have been possible if it wasn't for technology. And of course, I mean, where access has being given to children in middle class and upper middle class households, we've had access to digital devices and internet connectivity. Their technology has come as a real savior. Learning has not stopped at all. In fact, in some cases, it has improved. Online learning has improved, but unfortunately, only 8% of Indian households in rural India have access to the internet and digital devices. So you can imagine how many children have lost out. I mean, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education just last month in August released a report where they said that, online education has been ineffective for the large majority of India's children. We have about 240 million children in 1.5 million schools in India. So for large majority of them, online education has been ineffective, and 70% have had no access to any kind of learning, unfortunately. And that has had, a cascading effect. I mean, many of the gains we made in primary education and secondary education we've lost, especially with girls' education. Many girls have been, forced into early marriages. They've been forced into trafficking. They've been forced into a lot of different cascading effects. And in education world, we've strongly campaigned for opening of schools right now. In fact, in July, we did a story saying that open schools right now, because we can't have such large scale loss of learning happening, and children haven't been in school for 2 years, so the loss of learning is huge. And Azim Premji's study has come out which says that children have lost 90% of what they learned last year. So you can imagine the efforts that need to be put by our teachers now to just bring children to what they've lost, forget about the new learning.
Correct. So that's where a little bit, because Parikrama, I teach, and Lotus Petal, these foundations are doing their bit to ensure the kids associated with the foundation have access to digital technology, I mean, tablets and etc. And they are taking the additional thing of ensuring that they have India Youth Challenge, so that they put their kids through that. And I just wanted to bring your attention. We saw a little segment where the girls in US did a very, very small fundraiser. They raised 200, they're 13, 12-year-old kids, right? So when there is a hope or a dream to do something, I think it can be achieved. So I think more such people such as yourself and us, we need to come together and ensure and help, like you said, open up schools or give them access to technology wherever they might be, so that their education can continue. Inc. is doing small steps to it. We have started fundraisers, and we are going to continue to support educational foundations. Which brings me to my second question, right? What are some e-learning challenges that you believe can affect the efficacy of educating students?
See, somehow the biggest challenge actually, Shraddha, of, virtual learning is the interpersonal the human touch, which, a teacher and a child has, is not there. In fact, that's the biggest downside of online education, and skills such as, interpersonal skills. And the most important aspect of that human connect is missing in virtual learning. And I think that's why it's very important that, at this time, teachers and schools focus on children's mental well-being. More than their academic success and their learning outcomes, the focus should be on socio-emotional and mental well-being. When you get that right, children will automatically learn well.
Yeah, great. Excellent. So actually, India Youth Challenge also, what we do is, one way where we have felt that, we can promote this emotional bonding, even if it is through digital, is the access to the Innovation Hub, where one of our alumni, Jagan, who you just spoke about, is there. So there they have access to students from different countries, and they actually work together on a project, which is either solar energy or renewable energy, or mitigate the use of carbon, or solving hunger problems, most of them on sustainable development goals. So yes, we have to think of such innovative solutions to, ensure that digital technology is going ahead. What do you think are some of the strategies through which parents can actively engage children while they learn online? What are the things which parents can do? What do you think?
See, first thing parents should do is that because of the nature of online learning, I think parents need to build in a mechanism to also monitor children when they're online, because there's this whole threat of cyberbullying, cybercrime, and a lot of associated downsides of online learning. I think parents need to monitor children while they're online, build in some safety measures through which children don't get sucked or trapped into any kind of cyber attacks and cyberbullying. And the second most important thing, I think parents what they need to do is also balance children's online learning with offline learning, because that balance is very important. There's a certain monotony in online learning. So when children try and engage themselves too much in online learning, they will bound to be some kind of monotony, boredom to set in. So I think a good way to do that is for parents to balance it, to have children play some sports, some games, do some reading, actually print reading in a textbook. I know we're used to staring at digital screens. Have these kind of some offline activities. And thirdly, the most important, I'm going to repeat what I said, is that parents should focus on children's mental well-being. This an unprecedented time. We are in a once in a century pandemic. This is not the time to stress your child out about grades and marks and assignments. Focus on their mental well-being, because children are also scared. They're scared that their parents might get the COVID infection, or they may have already got it. There are lots of things which are playing in children's mind. Children are resilient, but they need parental love, support unconditionally.
Great. Thank you, Summiya, so much for
Shraddha, before I sign off, I want to just, because you have all these young innovators, I just want to highlight two important things. Your youth challenge is fantastic, but a small bit of advice and tip I want to give your young innovators is that invest in self-learning and have a growth mindset. Only the belief that you can grow and develop your talents and skills through continuous learning is going to make you, ready for 21st century careers.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Summiya, for the advice. Self-learning, I think, applies, yes, from childhood. And I think we can also learn a little by indulging.
Absolutely, applies to all of us.
Yes. Summiya, I will, can I please indulge you a little more? We want you to be the person who announces the top 3 students who've done really well and the leaderboard winners. So please do the honors. You can start with the 3rd place. Please do mention the number of points, which is their points, which they have also got. So if you can do that, that'd be great.
Great. So the 3rd position goes to Taslim Sheikh with 44,115 XP coins. Congratulations, Taslim.
Yeah, she's not online, but yeah.
She's not online. All right.
Yeah, we have only one of them, I guess, online. Yeah, you could go with the 2nd position.
Okay, the 2nd position goes to Tanmay Kumbar with 50,870 XP coins.
Congratulations, Tanmay. I hope you're watching on YouTube. Yes.
And the 1st position goes to Krishna Trimbaki with 86,311 XP coins. Congratulations, Krishna.
Congratulations, Krishna. Can you put on your, there he is. So he's been a part of our, congratulations, Krishna. You've topped the leaderboard. Thank you so much. Thanks, Summiya.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome, Shraddha, and congratulations, and I wish you all the best in this initiative. I hope it grows from strength to strength.
Thank you so much, Summiya. Thank you, Krishna. Congratulations. And to everyone who has participated, even if you've not made it to the top of the leaderboard, you are winners and you've done so much to earn all these points, and they are going to be useful. And we are going to keep seeing you on India Youth Challenge again and again. All right, so I will move. Okay, so we have all dreams coming true. Krishna mentions that he wants to reach 1 lakh points, XP points. I'm sure, Krishna, that you are going to do that. Thank you so much, Summiya. Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha. It's been a pleasure and wish you all the best and the team.
All right. Thank you to all our participants. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Summiya. Thank you to our IYC champions who were able to generate $200 and we were able to give the tablets to 2 students from Parikrama. As a parent, mentor, and a leader, we have learned so much tonight. And what we have learned from these kids who fundraised and the kids who are there with us today who took us through the live session, that anything is possible. I mean, you just create a parking lot and make a game out of it. So there are a lot of things which we can do if we come together as a community. So I please request all of you to go to our website, www.indiayouthchallenge.org, and sign up for the new challenge. We will be supporting more students from Parikrama, I Teach, and Lotus Petal this coming challenge as well. So if you have a foundation who needs support from our scholarships, please let us know. You can contact us on the same website, India Youth Challenge, and we'll be happy to assist you in this challenge as well. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.